Taking all the challenge out of it. Go straight here.
Yep, straight across. And then just before we drop down that little slope right there, we're going to take that shifter and pull it over to the manual mode. So pull it over to you and then bump it forward. And there's first gear, so no brake on the way down the hill.
I got you.
Just let engine braking do the work. All right, so smooth and controlled. Now that we're leveled off, back into drive. Yep, perfect. About spieled out. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking unless you're going to do a lot of asking questions, but don't hesitate.
All right.
So what's your normal everyday car? Or your
Toyota Land Cruiser.
What series?
80.
Okay, good choice. Yep. Once we get to the top of this, same as before. As soon as we crest it in the manual mode, first gear,
Oh, I got you.
and then bump it forward. No brakes. Yep. And smooth engine braking. Now that we're leveled off, back into drive. Yep, you got it.
That's pretty comfortable.
Yeah. To me, one of the standout features is how solid it feels. Just like no creaks, no groans, no squeaky bits. It just feels like a super solid construction. So is your 80 series one of the later ones where it's triple locked?
I mean, it was optional at that time, but it's not.
So you're center lock but no front and rear?
Right. So
And
this would be difficult.
Yeah.
That's, so what do you guys prefer to do on this thing?
You take your pick. This vehicle can take just about any line you throw it out on this course. Film them both?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So what's been the highlight of the show for you?
There's just so much here. It's crazy. I did not know there's this amount of different things, vehicles.
That's all right. No, you got it. You got it. Yeah. This is your first expo?
Yeah, it is.
Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah. I knew of overlanding. I didn't know how large of just how many people, stuff there is that are involved in it.
Yeah. How much money you can spend?
I think you spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Do
410 in the axles, transfer case is 2.5. So I think final ratio is like 53 to 1. Spot on this course where you feel real diff sort of causing any issues because it's a super tight turn.
Yeah.
You mind if I throw a little coaching at you?
Sure.
All right, as soon as we crest this hill, so let's go ahead and go. As soon as we crest this hill and get lined up with the trail is essentially straight. There's one gentle left-hand curve in there. So let's pause here for a second, both hands on the wheel. And when you're lined up for that tree, don't move the wheel. Yeah, that's kind of that's pretty much straight, right?
Okay.
So the ground would have you do all kinds of business, right?
Right.
And especially if we're prone to driving with one hand, you know, you're pretty busy, right? And there's a lot of opportunity for a bump to throw your hand off the wheel.
Right.
If we've got our hands on the wheel and we're not letting the ground tell us what to do, you're just letting your eyes tell you what to do. The steering wheel doesn't get all busy, right? Your brain knows the trail's straight, but your butt doesn't. And if we drive by the seat of our pants, we get all kinds of reactionary to the ground. If you just sort of think your way through it,
Okay.
a lot less business, right? And it's actually easier on the car. And so let's say you're in a situation where you're trying to dodge a sharp rock that's going to poke a hole in the sidewalk, right?
Right.
So you miss it with the front wheels, but you're busy, and you're letting the bumps move you around, and that back end's always going to take a different line. Well, if you can concentrate on maintaining a straight line, then as soon as the front wheel misses it and you're straight, then you know the back wheel's going to miss it too.
Okay. Yeah.
But because every time we take a turn, the back wheels want to take a tighter turn than the fronts,
Right.
you're always having to think two lines rather than one line.
Right. Gotcha.
Success.
Right on. Thank you.
Absolutely.